Okay, we're getting straight to business.
It's a bit early in the morning for rape, isn't it?
Um,
Is it?
It is afternoon. Time flies, man.
so?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
He's already...
By they, she means the Hardy Boys.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery.
Whoa.
Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
So she wasn't? She...
Pretty much.
Warming them.
It just... The way Titus had to fight so hard to give it up, I don't think... I had to fight tooth and nail to get Titus to give up Classy's name. I don't think he was lying. I mean, he was keeping a lot. That's for sure. But I don't think he was lying about... I mean, it's possible that it's possible that by adding a rape to it, it did give them, like, cause for the story to, kill the guy. But at the same time, that bit could be genuine. They were there. Maybe they just had a good reason to be accomplices. I mean, one of them still could have shot him. Maybe it was the eighth Hardy Boy, the lady driver. But either way, his reluctance to give up the person is either a commitment to the act I'm not sure Titus would either have in him or be willing to let slip away in order for the RCM to make any ground. So Classy might be lying to protect her, to avoid the questions. I mean, it was only a few weeks ago.
I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
Do I?
Maybe you don't.
I'm surprised. Damn it, Half-Light.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy to see now that you're closer.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
I'll push a little bit.
Let me make this 100% clear then, officer. I was not sexually assaulted. Would I be as flippant if I had been?
That makes sense.
We partied. A lot of partying going on.
Yeah.
From Titus. About her and Titus's relationship. That's where you heard it.
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
Harder than this? I didn't know it was physically possible.
Oh, it is. You're still alive.
What did you do when you partied?
Die mid-party?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect. making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
Okay.
A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
Sounds like this. I wish I was more of an empath.
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
Half-Light, what are you gonna do?
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes,
Jackpot.
What?
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Oh.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
I want to address my earlier theory that Classy could be the radio operator. I don't think so anymore. I mean, people obviously know she was around way before the military men got here.
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
So, she's Scott's mystery phone cutter.
In the process, broke the phone.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying.
Okay.
Good catch. I appreciate the symmetry.
Wonderful,
Still,
wonderful.
that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
It's a smart idea.
Thanks.
She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented on her bike repair skills.
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the Union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
That makes sense.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
Oh, yeah, does she know?
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
Certainly. Maybe tomorrow.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
Indeed.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
I suppose all that partying would have given him a moment of weakness. Not to say that Classy is involved, aside from being, I guess, a fake victim. I don't want to say fake victim. I think it's still possible there was some kind of crime going on, but as it is right now, it looks like the rape was a fabrication. So I'm gonna, like, yeah, so just not to say that she's involved with the murder, it could have opened up his mouth. if you know what I mean.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
Bullet? They shot him too?
I'm not picking up on any theatrecraft here, sir. The pause is sincere.
They stripped his clothes and they shot him?
You mean after they hanged him?
I'm confused, sorry.
So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss?
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender.
I still need to call her.
This is beginning to get confusing for you too, and we don't like that. Where was she last Sunday night?
Cowering. I was cowering downstairs with Sylvie.
Oh yeah, I guess the Hardy Boys burst in, huh?
They're frequent guests downstairs. They have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now. Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
Titus said yeah.
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
She breathes
Okay.
a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Okay.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Volition. If I fail this, it's gonna be so bad. But it's not like my volition is gonna get much better.
She looks back. Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona.
Suggestion, what are you doing?
We will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise.
What?
You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit.
Shut up, electrochemistry.
Nothing. Just time passing. Don't worry. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats.
What?
You're a detective. Get back to detecting.
What's with the rainbow going on? Why are you all lined up in a party?
She presses her elbows against her waist and slowly turns her head. Her hair brushes her shoulders, making a small hissing sound, almost imperceptible. The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
So what? Volition messed up. They just gave me a bunch of assurances.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
What are my stats trying to do?
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window. Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is.
Indeed.
Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
Yeah, I think something is off.
You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure other things. The best liars are always
I
forthcoming.
don't want to.
Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
I don't want to, like... Sorry, I had to know if this milk carton over here was,
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
just a door?
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy. Must be something valuable inside to go through the trouble of protecting it. The door is very sturdy indeed.
I don't know. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door.
Maybe they're connected?
I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case.
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers. A dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building.
Kind of a cultural
This door
hub.
is part of it. It's not unimportant.
Maybe the door below is a mega investigation.
No, still a mini investigation.
He pretends to make a note in his notebook. I need physical instrument, don't I?
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Might as well try. Gonna hurt my leg, ain't it? Oh, my foot! Why did I try to kick it like that, like a soccer ball?
You kick it, gung-ho style. Entering the premises style. But the door fails to respect the force. All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you.
Ouch! Oh no!
All right, let's trash the place.
Let's not.
Your foot is ready to explode and punish this object.
That's not gonna do shit, Half-Light. Shut
The
up.
sturdy wood door has lost all respect for you.
Criminy. Whoa, wait. The bed has been hastily made. You know, I wonder why this is its own loading screen. She's made around 4 months of payments for this room. Very, very odd. Very odd. Mysterious, mysterious. Okay, Titus, what you gotta say about this, huh?
It's you again. What is it?
Okay, Titus, please don't beat me up.
Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Okay.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down. And she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
Shut up, Shanky. You're not eloquent enough for this.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Stay on track. No diversions for me.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Hey, man.
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy. Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape.
On tape?
Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
I don't have a... I know
This
it
is
a
their
tape
last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
Logic, please barrel through the story.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind.
I do need a tape player, I guess.
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You'll know why, won't you listen to it?
Now that is intriguing. You had me at door gunner.
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
Actually, there are a few. Crypto analyst, radio officer.
Yeah, like you have one. Smart ass.
He looks to his left. There's a beer there that he forgot.
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
Advanced radio work. This advanced radio work might point towards the lady driver, who's also the 8th Hardy Boy. But the problem with that is that she was also... I don't know, she might... I don't... We know the lady driver has radio operative tech, like... she knows how to use a big old radio, because she's got a million stations she's got to call for the drug trade. But if she's... Could it be that she also happens to line up exactly with the radio operative, who we know is the last mercenary? It's very possible that they are two different women with differing levels of radio operative expertise, but there are coincidences.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
Damn, the way he's huffing and puffing while he's talking, I'm a pretty hefty fellow myself. I hope I don't sound like that when I breathe.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
The chief picks his beer back up to offer a silent toast.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
Okay, bro.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
I know our one is...
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. You
Fine.
do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Well, that worked out. tape Door Gunner Megamix, a magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy. It supposedly holds a recording of the Mercenary Task Force radio communications recorded via the encryption station. Not a good omen. Requires a boombox to play.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Okay. I guess I'll check my room. It's probably too broken, but maybe interfacing can work. Can slap something together. Whoa.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of tape viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor.
This is where the magic happens.
And by that you mean crimes against humanity?
I defy the bourgeoisie morality.
I have no idea what that means.
He looks toward the exit longingly.
The compact tape player is still and silent. Seems it has completely broken down now.
Oh.
The machine was made in Revachol by a company called Le Mercier. Their logo depicts the triple-towered Delta skyline. It was supposedly built to last.
Probably broke.
There's no fixing this one.
This would have been very helpful with the Megamix, but it isn't anymore. My Kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we should talk to Roy at the pawn shop. He has stuff.
Indeed. $12. I'll have to find more money somehow. Maybe I can beg. Or maybe there's more dropped change across the road. Across the channel, I mean. Let's get it. Oh, sausage guy is gone. A bust of a woman. The plaque simply says DEI. Dolores?
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
Can I get a discount on the boombox? A police
A
discount.
discount? I do have to keep the lights on, man. It's 12 real.
Remember, he doesn't like music. He likes sounds. The Door Gunner Megamix is his type of tape. Certainly, he'd give you a discount if he knew you'd play something so experimental. Careful, you can only do this once.
No. He's not gonna go for that. He's not gonna do it.
Sounds like a rip-off, but okay. I can make it 10, but no lower. And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Splendid, wonderful, wonderful, epic. Yes. Now, okay. Tools. The tape player Harmon Waushi W02. This is the reel-to-reel boombox of everyone's youth. A little banged up, a little chipped, and honestly, not that loud either. Looks cool though. Excels at being carried on the shoulder, allowing you to play the audio tape items and blast music into the face of unsuspecting strangers.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Okay.
You push Command Set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
Some kind of machinery.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know,
okay.
the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrete on your porter reel.
I don't.
The tape
That's
stops spinning.
that is obviously not an admission of rape. He's just. I mean, he's clearly distressed by something, maybe agitated. This was. I mean, he said shitty shit, but like that was not an admission. That was a speculation.
End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Still.
The lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now. It says, look of suspicion.
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work.
True.
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
The South Safre conflict is an ongoing proxy war between Grad and Safre. It has been hot for 12 years, with the atrocities piling on, mostly committed by the Grad.
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly talking of her very fondly.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night.
No music? Guess I'll go talk to her then. I hope this is constructive. Oh, I need to pay my bill.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
How could anyone forget, asshole?
Another thing. Great. I love those.
I won't tell him
Yes.
about that. I'm not gonna tell him about that. What's with the music? Normally I hear the music from downstairs. Why is it so...
Officer, What brings you up here in the rain?
The recording.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Yes?
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Yes.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Was he...
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
She's quite observant about the human character. Trained to observe, even.
So he was probably being brash in his wording because the way he's done things for his whole life necessitates such acts, or maybe not necessitates, but it produces such acts, and as a response he talks about doing things as if he's always committing atrocities. So he was hamming it up, I guess.
People who go to university know how to use words like internalize and integrate, officer. Now, what was that expression?
There's more to this. She has an index in her head of pathologies and how to exploit them. I can almost see her turn the pages.
She's got an encyclopedia all her home.
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Oh, yeah.
Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Kohoi. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style.
She wouldn't. She doesn't have the full Hoi in her.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? In Martinez, I mean?
What? Tape? She was being sarcastic, I think.
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
I could not imagine drinking coffee in the rain.
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left.
Okay, where is it?
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald.
No.
Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat.
It's like Idaho, I guess.
Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways? This fits with his tattoo.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Darn.
Yes. We were compatriots.
Compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
No love for Mother Oranje. But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
Soldiers definitely usually carry a lot of patriotism.
No. He left the national service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot. There is nothing on Muindi. The old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Oranje did bring us together. In loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too.
Hey, shivers.
A column of air encircles her, brushing gently on the metallic silver fabric that covers her shoulders and her long, slender arms.
It didn't love him.
The feeling dissipates. The cold passes. The woman's eyes follow yours to the piece of notebook paper.
Age.
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
Damn.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
The lieutenant taps on his notebook once, as though assigning some kind of point.
Points aren't good.
Yeah.
Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
It isn't. Police work is a cooperative sport.
This is clearly sports for him. Something like archery or darts.
That's too pinball for me. I just like to get autopsies right on the first try. Where were we?
Yeah, pinball's nice.
He's lying.
Eye color.
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile.
The
That
expression.
and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
Like rabbitine in it.
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
I said to put the brilliantine on the form. Do I get a point?
No.
I put it down there.
Okay, sure. Here you go. What else are we missing, officer?
I imagine Harry jumping up and down with his arms in the air, like, please, please give me a point, sir, please.
Oh, that. Sure, service history. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
It is pretty impressive.
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Orani's lit?
Not interrupting.
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands.
Sounds like he was made out of 3 galaxies.
And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
She pours herself somewhere. She has a coffee pot up here? Wait. Damn.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
Oh, the body, okay.
It very well could be, yes. What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
He told me.
That's not funny, officer.
Her voice is like a slash through the air. Her shoulders tense up.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't trust Inland Empire then.
A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. Barbiturates, amphetamine, sildenafil. How much does the toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it for half of that. Save you some money, make some myself.
It's quite expensive, miss. But we'll manage without your help for now.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Level up again, damn.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Thoughts?
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
Yeah?
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old?
What, yeah, what, are you saying he's older?
How old are you?
Oh.
That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Can ask him first,
Huh?
yeah.
How old? 58?
58, I would probably say, like, I don't know, a little lower, 54.
You asked. He was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week.
I feel like I've been decomposing
On the
forever.
bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately.
I don't want to see the fascism, so...
I didn't say 62. I said 58.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Sure.
To the laboratorium.
A new thought. Date of birth generator. Your face looks like it's 58 and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100. Both longer than they ought to be. The day and the century. But for how long, then, has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? It'll take a long time, but, why not? Might work out pretty well. Next up, I want to see what's in this door.
The same small, heavy door.
Physical
No
instrument.
lock in sight.
Let's beef up my instrument a bit. Just a tad. I'm going to try it one time.
The same small, heavy door. No lock.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Clothes. Get the shirt on. And...
The same small.
Hold on. What if I don't think this will help because it's blocked, but what if I get the tools?
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Let's give it a go. What? What?
This time, something cracks inside.
There's no way I could lose!
It is an unbelievably satisfying sound.
Yeah!
Nice.
Well, sounds like this time the property damage was at least resolutive. Would it hurt to look in?
Not at all.
Bent metal. Broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
Gaze upon me, stuff.
Kudos.
Thank you. Thank you. Anti-object task force. -2 pain threshold. Hurts. Oh. Take a look at your hands. See how bruised they are? See the little scars? This is Exhibit A. The material world is holding you back. Containers, mailboxes, doors, chairs, they are all your enemies. Always have been. Atoms themselves are in on the conspiracy, forming shapes and structures that you hate. You are energy stuck in a body. You are spirit trapped in matter. Break free! Beat up that lamppost. Let it know just how much objects suck. I think I'll do that later, though, and I gotta put my normal shirt back on. Yeah, let's go. What? There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linen.
Is someone in here?
Bottles lie around everywhere.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural.
Oh,
there.
Electrochemistry.
Sensationally unnatural.
Shut up. The footprints.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
They've been
3
new.
weeks
They're new.
maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer,
I walked over here.
the Blue Door was a mega investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, which I would say is quite large.
Thank you, Kim.
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. This print is unlike one left by a regular worker boot. It is not a brand sole with logos on it. It seems custom-made or old-fashioned.
Oh, must be looking for an old soul here.
The size looks about the same,
Or a
actually.
survivalist.
They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Actually, no. A survivalist. I just thought survivalists, they craft
Everything
shit.
around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Like, they craft shit like bows and arrows and stuff to live out in the woods. This pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted. Oh. Elevator? What? Okay, so it's like they make stuff to live out in the woods. I thought, maybe they could make a boot. But it's more likely that with the uniform pattern of the boot, it's some kind of artisan, or maybe they're making a shoe factory with all the pinball parts. Pinball maker's coat, empathy and hand-eye coordination. Schematics for a pinball machine, futurism themed. Boxes and tools and replacement parts line the shelves. This must be I guess this is the pinball guy's workshop? Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. This dusty old coat used to belong to someone named M. Knifelocks. The name is stitched into the silk lining. It smells of moths and ancient engine grease, but fits you perfectly. A strange, lonely emotion fills you when you tighten the belt around your waist. And an elevator. Whoa!
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue.
There must be a key somewhere. Probably somewhere in the whirling. It's not too important. We can get in and out using the roof door.
True. Pinball machine? This pinball is white Deora. The back glass shows a female figure in mourning. A note. NB, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. Pinball machine?
Over there, in the corner. Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it. Lit, a phrase almost synonymous with the Insulindian pinball scene. Any pinball scene, really.
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic. A little.
Nice, let's get this out of here.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin-operated. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
The text?
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Muindi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
With the power of pinball.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain. Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
I guess we like goats?
Indeed. Think of them as balls.
Let's go.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm,
Dirty ball is
but
lit.
pretty
Get your
soon
pinball
you're
on.
able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease.
I got an achievement for Steam.
Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
Oh, it must have been a sham, huh?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels.
Oh.
A masked nationalist. An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
I was a poacher.
He also hit his wife and kids. Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man.
Damn.
But you seem to be having fun.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3.
I didn't know you could have more than one pinball on the pinball machine.
Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go. Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy.
Yes.
More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through.
I must win.
The words "Pale Rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
What is
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid, nihilistic finale.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness.
That's gotta be made out of cancer.
This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next. You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
Come on!
You're in a perfectly balanced system where neither you nor the pal is able to get the upper hand. This could go on forever.
My pen tonk. Shit.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then it's all over.
Well, I'm probably gonna lose, but...
How? If you can't even see it. The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee.
I guess I should have been wearing the hat.
There goes nothing, finger boy.
Yeah, shut it. Shut it. But, okay, so... I think the note said there was...
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88. This elevator must have been used to transport pinball machines to and from the upstairs workshop. There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken. A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long, long time ago.
Okay, I guess it's a risk going up in this thing.
That it does. I say, let's brave it. At the end of the last century, look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5.
Yay.
It appears his whole enthusiasm is sarcastic.
Seems so, although it's pretty quaint for a freight elevator.
He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark. Ah, wonderful. Didn't break it all. Whoa.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Gave up on fixing pinball machines?
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
Pinball workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the hearties bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
It's the East Delta Pinball Arcade.
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice maker said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Could this mean that the Whirligig Rags is doomed?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this.
The pinball. Shame I can't open the blue door, but I want to... Where was it talking about, like, a plant in the corner room? There's no plant here. Maybe it's in room 1? Wait. Ha ha ha! Free money. This plant? Doesn't look like a corner room to this one? No, is it in here? No. Maybe it might be downstairs? I assume it would show up on the... Is there really no keys? I mean, maybe if someone used that passageway, it probably is gone. But
can I help you?
That's all.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
I got in there.
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He's really, really holding himself back here.
Okay, what is back there?
Pinballs.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
I might be up for a game if you're paying.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
He was wondering about something business related, about how much money he could make of one.
You think of selling the pinball machines? I want the money!
Those machines are whirling property. But if it makes you feel any better, I'm not planning to sell them.
No.
It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now.
Gotta get money and
he
life.
should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
People.
What wall? I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
The color has drained from his face.
He's likely mortified from the fact that someone might be spying on guests. But this is kind of funny.
Absolutely not. Fuck you for even implying it. It wasn't me. It wasn't my stuff. The establishment will look at it and ascertain what it was.
Well, he's definitely not lying. He wouldn't endanger this business like that.
I had to figure it out. I mean, he's not doing so well on repairing that great skua.
Sir, he was only asking a question. It's his job and mine. See that it's covered.
Yes, I absolutely will. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day. And now a hole in the wall. Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I hope not.
Sure. You know what? Why not? I'm sorry. You're doomed.
What? Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing.
So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address. He's thought about this.
The whirling is on the same intercom, and it's one of the businesses in Building B.
I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling.
The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade.
Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? This pre-revolutionary tilework, these high ceilings, the nice rooms, well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me, if some doom ghost... Yeah, it's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way. Even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area.
You admit?
Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation, maybe even a promotion.
Yes, I love promotions.
Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company.
It was you?
You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song.
Well, yeah, it's not a bad name. Yeah.
Hail, Holy Queen, by the Ateniers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad.
Good pick.
Luck has got nothing to do with it. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help.
Against the doom, it's implied.
Yeah.
So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can we, wrap it up? Yes?
Goodbye.
Wow, you work hard.
Oh, I do work hard?
Yes, you hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
But, yeah, I run around.
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up.
Yeah.
The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
I ride.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco-Negros and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer.
Oh, I got the money from...
Oh yeah, you took that bribe hard. You're a killer.
And I got money from him.
Can't say that. You shook him. You're a killer. A shark.
And I got the money from Everard.
Wasn't easy getting that giant novelty check from Everard. Took some ingenuity to get into the harbor, but you got in. And you took that bribe as hard as any cop's taken it.
And he gave me that $5.
He did. Yes, he did. And you took it. Took it and put it in your pocket. Ka-ching, baby doll. Officer Hustle riding shotgun.
And I got money from Manana.
You didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of that shit in. You're a straight rider. Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself,
Ask myself
are you
what?
rich?
No.
That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
The system.
Boo-hoo. The system is broken. The establishment is keeping me down. That's not the fuck yeah attitude you're used to. What is this? Why are you so poor?
Guard?
The Gart man has set himself up one of those self-replicating money structures. You should learn from it. Don't play the victim.
I should respect him.
Think, hustler. Think with your head.
I respect him now. I'm not gonna say the immigrants one.
That's right. 100%. Fucking G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze.
I bet Lenville Brown was laughing when he read that.
Aren't taxes almost non-existent in the Gotham estate that is Revachol? You and I both, but they got those indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax. This tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus, there's the stuff people in other countries pay for that makes them ask for more money from you here. The Gotham estate's a myth. In total, the coalition government is taking.
So I got a bit stunned for a moment. Isn't that the thing that I was playing along here, because this is rather humorous, but isn't that what the shoes give me? If I accept this, will the shoes boost it?
98% of all your money.
Are you sure that's a pretty big number?
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples?
Bleeding nipples are kind of opt in, but a little bit? Okay.
It's all about the tax issue, hustler. No other problem in the world is as pressing as top marginal tax rates. And don't you fucking forget it.
98% of my money! -2 empathy, cold-blooded. First, you have to have a side bitch ideology cooking somewhere. Don't sweat it. Fighting indirect taxation for the Gossamer state is compatible with all creeds. It's cool like that. You're a cool anarchist now, unless you don't want to be an anarchist. Whatever. Stuff this meal ticket in your eye socket and let's see if we can steal some love back from the robber barons and the customs agency and the banditos at the Insulindian Financial Oversight and Competition Committee. I got some points. Yeah. My empathy will be terrible. Didn't I get something that boosts empathy? Yes. I should do empathy. Wait, no, my empathy. How long does this take to cook? Oh yeah, this will be done in no time. When I talk to Titus, I'll probably level up again. So I'll probably, if this is actually trash, I could just, yeah, if this is trash, I could probably just like get rid of it and replace it with anti-object task force. So let's see how this goes. I don't need empathy right now. That's a matter of. Oh no, my recording needs to stop. Bye. Sorry, these are going over longer. It's just I'm not using the timer anymore because I thought it was kind of disruptive. So bye.